All right. Well, this is the first weChat video edition, and with Oscars coming up this Sunday, we thought it would be appropriate to talk about movies. And so we're here with Taylor and TJ.
Hello, world.
Hey.
And we'll just dive right in. What is it about movies that you think connects with people in ways that other media does not?
Well, I mean, I think movies are probably just the most accessible form of the story that we come across in human history. You know, the story has an important place throughout our time. So just the combination of visual and music and dialogue and all that put together is just so accessible. It's a lot to relate to.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. It's the fact that movies take up so many of your senses all at once. You know, if you read a book, it's just, you know, using your eyes. If you listen to music, it's using your ears. But a movie is both and more. It's kind of I feel like in a way it overwhelms us a little bit, and I think we actually kind of like that. We seem to like it anyway. We keep paying, you know, tons of money for tickets and tons of money for popcorn and Raisinets and everything that go with it. So, but I think just the overall use of senses that movies offers is something that we really like. We're really into.
Okay.
I do have to wonder if this.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say if the sensory overload and the $4 surcharge of 3D, that's gonna bring an end to all of this, though.
It's 3D is gonna kill movies.
We're gonna go back to mainly just passing it along through storytelling.
Okay. The oral tradition will come back. Okay. Well, TJ mentioned money. You mentioned story. Why is it you think that, like, when you go to the box office, usually it's not the best stories that make the most money, it's whoever has the most spec, most 3D. Why do you think that's the case, and does that say something about us as a society?
Yeah, probably. You could draw a lot of negative conclusions from that, and that content and substance is not as important as it used to be. So yeah, the fact that story is kind of dying out and Transformers are reigning supreme. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said about society there, but I don't want to dive too negative with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it actually kind of cuts down to a pretty fundamental question about movies, and that is, why do we watch movies? Do we watch movies to be engaged mentally, emotionally, even spiritually, or do we watch them, you know, for the escapism of it, for just, you know, the chance to disengage for an hour or two and, you know, be in, you know, a world where things blow up or a lot bigger or a lot, you know, prettier or shinier than they are in real life. And I think, honestly, you know, no matter how refined we think our movie tastes are, sometimes you know, explosions and car chases and everything really, I mean, they make us excited. They're a very easy and accessible reaction. I think people like being able to have, you know, easy reactions.
And that sort of escapism is not new at all. I mean, if you go back and you look at, say, like the Iliad or the Lord of the Rings or these older stories, there's still that element of escapism of these other worlds that you know, we want to explore, be a part of. But now that we can actually represent that visually and immerse ourselves in that, it's kind of hypnotic almost. Like, it's kind of want more and more of that. It's like with Avatar last year, when so many people got depressed after seeing Avatar because they wanted to actually escape to Pandora and be with blue people on Pandora. Somehow our escapism is now working into our psychosis.